Welcome back to Gist Nigeria from the BBC and Channels TV. I am Wali Fagile. Thanks a lot for staying here. Coming up in a bit, from imagination to reality, the engineer living our dreams. But before we take our story, now while the world is fighting to stop the spread of the coronavirus pandemic, a number of countries in East Africa are battling locust swarms which are destroying crops. The president of the African Development Bank, Akinwumi Adesina, says financial grants aim to help those countries in their twofold fight against food insecurity.
The situation is very disconcerting because obviously we are dealing with the situation of COVID-19 right now, and nobody wanted to actually prepare for anything like this. You can never prepare for this. It's a double whammy at the same time. Those regions of the world actually just went through 2 seasons of droughts. And all of a sudden, when it looks like they're getting rain, it happens now to be a swarm of locusts, which I understand it's of incredible proportions. So the impact are going to be quite severe in terms of household food insecurity will rise. I think FAO estimates that the number of people that are already hungry in that region, it's about 20 million people. And that's likely to rise by another 5 million people as a result of this. Well, I think the countries in their time to tackle this are actually doing well in terms of lifting restrictions on aircrafts that are actually required to actually spray the locusts. The workers, to be able to do this, also need to be allowed to be able to work, obviously. So it's trying to juggle 2 balls at the same time, but you've got to keep both balls up because it cannot drop in either of them. We're providing $1.5 million grant to the Intergovernmental Authority on Development, IGAD, but also to the FAO to actually deal with the issue of spraying, getting the chemicals, getting the equipment, being able to do that. It's a grant support that we are giving them. The problem is, when we ask people to stay home, right, they can stay alive, right, by staying home. But they could potentially also die because of hunger as well, And so we've got to make sure that we are keeping people alive and safe, but also making sure that they have the food they need to eat. So we cannot afford a situation where COVID-19 leads to another food crisis caused by locust-19.